Hi, this is a quick video for the Android beginner course on the making a birthday card app. This is Android Studio, and this is my app that I've made themed on Cowboy Bebop, as you can see in the preview pane here with blueprint view as well. Obviously I've used lots of image views here, two text views as well. Used padding to push this image here of Spike below Ed here. With Ed, I actually gave her an ID. So this is it here, ID equals app plus ID slash Ed. I gave them easy names, so as you can see, Ed, Jet, Spike, just keep it simple in the drawable folder so I can find them and type them quickly and easily. I've obviously got a text view up here, which I used bold and italic and centered this. So actually, which one is that? That's okay. That's this one down here. So you can see if that goes away. Layout align parent bottom true, which pushes it down to the bottom here, and it should be center, or maybe a default. Oh yeah, layout center horizontal, which puts it into the center here. Change the color, Android color white. It's got an ID here as well, because originally I anchored these two pictures here from that, but that didn't quite work because the problem with anchoring to text is that text is obviously variable in size. If you have a lot, or you change the size to something bigger, it can actually squeeze the images and squash them, so they could end up not being in the position that you actually want. So I wouldn't recommend anchoring to text, although I have left it, these two images here are still anchored to that, because it does work, but I wouldn't recommend doing that, because it could mess up quite easily if you decide to change your text in here and write more, or change the size. I did have a problem with the this tag here, the text style tag. I actually wrote that out twice, two times, once for bold and then once for italic. That created an error when I tried to run the app up here. Therefore the app wouldn't run, and I had to correct that by, you can't have two of the same tag. So I googled Android text style and found on the Android developer website that you can actually combine, you can have two values in here, in between the quotation marks, separated by this character here, and that will give you the bold and the italic in one tag here. So that fixed that problem. These images here are actually PNG images, which are transparent. So I googled these to find these images of Cowboy Bebop characters that were already transparent, although you could obviously do that in Photoshop or GIMP. I wasn't sure that Android would actually accept these file types, but it does, which is great, because obviously you can get some nice visual effect by having transparent images on top of another image, like the space background, which I have here. The space image of the stars here is actually at the top, so that everything below that will appear on top of that. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. I resized these images in GIMP to crop them, resize them. Yeah, you can't have where's it? Fey. You can't have capital letters in your file names, because that will create an error. So They have to be all undercase, as you can see here. So just be aware of that. So yeah, the other problem I came across, this is previewed here, and it looks great, but it's previewed on Nexus 4. I don't know quite how I got on Nexus 4, but I did, and it's here. So in my actual, this is a picture, a screenshot here from my phone, which is a Samsung Galaxy S3, and as you can see, the images of Faye here and Spike, they're actually further up the screen. As you can see here, they're at the bottom of the screen, and they're nicely positioned where the image finishes, but you can't see that. In between the text as well, which looked good. On my phone, you can see the text is further down here, and the image is further up, because I would assume my phone has a bigger screen or more pixels, so that's just a good tip to live by, as the course has said, to run your app and see how it looks and how it works, because it could end up being significantly different from what you're actually seeing here, what you think you're going to get. So that's definitely a good bit of advice to keep running your app, and obviously keep saving it as well. So yeah, that's my app, and here's just a picture of my notes that I made when I was drawing out my design, which I did twice, and the second one I liked more here, so the pictures on the inside and text at the top. So yeah, that's my app. Thanks for watching.